This one, of course, I do not condone the use of cigarettes. If you have problems with addiction, please reach out to an addiction hotline. This is all done by a professional in a professional environment. Please adhere to YouTube guidelines before reviewing this video. I'm going to have a sip of water before I start the review. And this is going to be a very long review because I'm actually smoking 2 cigarettes in this video. Of course, I am going to be reviewing the Camel Crushes on this video. So, unfortunately, this isn't a brand new pack. I already had, I think it was 1 out of this pack. Yeah, I've only had 1 out of this pack so far. But right off the bat, I gotta say, if there's one thing Camel does right, is their fucking packaging. It is really good. So right here, I love the design of the crush with the camel. It just says Camel Crush right here. Non-menthol to a menthol cigarette. And then on this side here, sorry, I just gotta see this. It's got a QR code. I'll leave it on screen so you guys can scan it when I give you guys the code. Just like that. And then it just says RJ Reynolds, some information. Smokers 21 plus. And then on this side here, it just has the surgeon, like the Surgeon General warning, and then underage sale prohibited, if I remember right. Yep. And then on this side, it says claim Camel points and then Camel crushed. The back side's even better than the front, in my opinion. This is the back side. So it says Camel right here with a little camel. 1 crush, I think that says. Yep. 1 crush changes non-menthol to menthol, and it just says crush on the bottom. If there's one thing I like most about this, is the actual packaging itself. I've got to say, right off the bat, packaging's really good. Best packaging I have ever seen in all the cigarettes I've seen. Honestly, in my opinion, the best packaging. So I'm just going to open it up just like this. And I will leave the code on screen for you for a little bit, if I can get the code in view pretty well, just like that. Alright, I hope you guys can get the code and get some points, because I can't, I'm in Canada. And then I'm just going to pull out a cigarette. And this is going to be a 2 cigarette review, because I'm going to actually smoke one without crushing the ball on the inside. And I'm going to do another one in the same video of me crushing the ball. Now, it's just a white filter with 2 stripes, like a greenish and a blue, and then just the American lined rolling paper. And like I said, I've said this in every single one of my American reviews, I love what they do with the branding on the filters. This one has a camel with the little crush ball, which is where it's located, and then just says crush on it. So, before reviewing this video, please adhere to YouTube guidelines. I do not encourage the use of cigarettes. If you have problems with addiction, please reach out to an addiction hotline. This is all done by a professional in a professional environment. I'm going to get lighting in the cigarette. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? Let's get going. All right, all right. So just some fun facts about the company from the research I've done. It's one of the top 5 most selling cigarette brand in the United States. It's been around for over 100 years, if I remember right. If I do remember right, the company was founded in 1897 or 1919. I don't remember exactly. I'm pretty sure it's 1919, but I might be wrong, because I'm pretty sure the Belmonts were actually in the 1800s, but I don't honestly remember. Unfortunately, that's all I have for the fun facts. I did research these a bunch when I bought them, but unfortunately I don't remember. But right off the bat, without crushing the ball on the inside, it reminds me a lot of the Camel Blues. Because what I want to say, which I might be wrong, it's exactly the same as the Camel Blue or the Camel Originals, but just with menthol crush ball in the center. which is very interesting because I don't see those a lot with menthol cigarettes, like the pop and smokes that you can get in Canada. They have the crush ball on the inside to pop the filter and get the actual flavor out of them. In Canada, at least that I know of, and I'm not sure about the United States, I might be wrong, every single menthol in Canada is not a pop filter. All of them are just, it's in the tobacco, I'm pretty sure, if I remember right. But right off the bat, I have to say I don't really like it without crushing the filter, just mainly because it's just the American harshness of the tobacco. It could be just because I'm used to Canadian tobacco, or just if Canadian tobacco is actually better. I'm not too sure. But right off the bat, it's honestly pretty decent without crushing the filter. I've never tried the Camel Originals. Hopefully, when I do make my trip out to the United States, I'm going to buy a bunch of United States cigarettes and review them on this channel. Pretty big body, I gotta say. That's a lot of smoke up there. I'm just gonna have a sip of water. This harshness of the American tobacco is quite a bit, I've gotta say. It's really hurting my throat a lot. But they're pretty good. Like, I've gotta say, these are, without crushing the filter, much better than the Marlboros in my personal opinion. If I were to go to the United States to buy cigarettes, I would probably buy Camels, to be honest with you, or Newports. Those are actually pretty good. I've almost smoked that whole pack from last time I reviewed. It's actually almost done. But I'm going to put out the cigarette, and I'm gonna pull out another one and crush the filter and let you guys know what I think of them, because honestly I want to do that type of review. So I'm just gonna pull one out of here just like this, and then if you guys have never done a pop filter, you just gotta squeeze the filter until you feel the ball, which is right about here, and then just pop it. You'll hear it crunch, and then just roll the filter so the liquid inside or whatnot gets all over it. I might do a video where I take apart one of these pop filter cigarettes and see what's on the inside and review the tobacco inside, whatnot. I don't know. I'm debating doing that. I might do that tonight, actually. Whew. That's a pretty strong menthol taste. I don't like that. There's a slight hint of tobacco in there, the American tobacco, but whew, that menthol is strong. It's honestly probably the second strongest menthol cigarette I've ever had. The Canadian menthols were really strong. Like, you don't get any tobacco taste from the Canadian menthols. It's just straight menthol. But if you're looking for a strictly menthol cigarette in the United States, all that I have tried, these would be the ones to go for, in my personal opinion. But yeah, they're pretty good. Unfortunately, I may not actually smoke the whole cigarette because it does hurt my throat a lot to smoke menthols. And honestly, I don't want to do that even just for a YouTube video. I really don't want to do that, unfortunately. So I might just smoke about a half or something like that just to do it, because like I said, I can't do menthols. Maybe every so often if I'm drinking I'll have a menthol, and the Newports are the only menthols I actually smoke, because those are actually pretty damn good. Yeah, I can't do that menthol. I'm sorry, guys. I cannot do that menthol. Call me a pussy all you want in the comments. I cannot do the menthol. I'm going to take one more drag and finish this review. And then, yeah, that's all I'm going to say. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying. And there we go. That's it apart. And just looking at the tobacco inside, because I accidentally broke it, that's a pretty dark tobacco. Like, the stuff you get in Canada is much lighter than that. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. Gotta say, don't like them. 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10. Solid if you crush the filter. If you don't crush the filter and it's just a regular cigarette, 3, maybe 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10 if you don't crush the filter. But anyways, that's it for this video. It's a bit longer because I smoked 2 instead of 1. You know what I'm saying? That's it for the video. We'll see you guys on the next review.